Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Tina. Let's do our daily devotional today. God's words say, when people have yet to be saved, their lives are often interfered with and even controlled by Satan. In other words, people who have not been saved are prisoners to Satan. They have no freedom. They have not been relinquished by Satan. They are not qualified or entitled to worship God, and they are closely pursued and viciously attacked by Satan. Such people have no happiness to speak of, they have no right to a normal existence to speak of, and moreover, they have no dignity to speak of. Only if you stand up and do battle with Satan, using your faith in God and obedience to and fear of God as the weapons with which to fight a life and death battle with Satan, such that you fully defeat Satan and cause it to turn tail and become cowardly whenever it sees you, so that it completely abandons its attacks and accusations against you. Only then will you be saved and become free. If you are determined to fully break free with Satan, but are not equipped with the weapons that will help you defeat Satan, then you will still be in danger. As time goes on, when you have been so tortured by Satan that there is not an ounce of strength left in you, yet you have still been unable to bear testimony, have still not completely freed yourself of Satan's accusations and attacks against you, then you will have little hope of salvation. In the end, when the conclusion of God's work is proclaimed, you will still be in the grip of Satan, unable to free yourself, and thus you will never have a chance or hope. The implication then is that such people will be completely in Satan's captivity. Amen. Well, this passage is a really good passage, and we can see the work God is doing today is to help us to break free of Satan's control. Being under the control of sin is really being under Satan's control. It causes us to be arrogant, causes us to be greedy, selfish, self-righteous, have pride, and things like that. And I know for myself, I see God arranges a lot of environments for me to deal with my competitiveness. I'm self-employed, and I can be very competitive when it comes to people doing the same thing and me wanting to be better than them. And I can see that Satan has control of me in this aspect. Why? Because I want to compete. I want to be better. I'll do anything basically to stand above others when it comes to business. Going to any length of maybe turning them in, finding weaknesses within their business and kind of pushing on that in a way, I guess you could say, or trying to be better at the advertising, to be better at many different things, and finding ways to put them out, in a sense. Basically, outright put them out to the best of my ability. And I see that when God arranges these environments, I should be able to step back and see that it's a wager that is being made by Satan before God. And it's God watching my every thought, my every intention, and Satan always comes back. And there's many times I've seen Satan laughing at me, in a sense saying, see God, see, I still have control of her. Look at how she pursues that, wanting to be better. Put an environment in front of her, raise up some competition, and she'll definitely stand on my side. She'll definitely find ways to put that person out, or to be able to be better than that person, to stand above that person. She can't submit to your arrangements, but I fail many different times, so I have to stand up and do battle with Satan, and that's by using my faith and my obedience to God, and also having this fear of God. These are the weapons that we need to fight. It's a life and death battle because it has to do with our salvation. If I can never break free of Satan's control, then how can I ever be saved? I would still belong to Satan. I would never belong to God fully, to where God says in the Bible, it says that you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve God and mammon, right? Because you hate the one or love the other, basically. So in God's kingdom, we have to be fully obedient to God. So I have to use my faith in God, and knowing that God allows these things to happen. Whatever I get is because God allows me to have it, not that I can think I can control my own fate. And this is where I fail, of wanting to stand above. And I feel that battle arise in me when I think I need to stand down and just put my trust in God. It's a war that goes on within my mind of thinking, no, you have to fight. You have to stand up for your own livelihood. You have to protect your livelihood. But in actuality, I can't control that because it's something that God has control over. But this is where I fail. And I'm sure a lot of us have different things that we fail in. But in the work that God's doing today, I need to be able to be completely free of this struggle that I face within myself of wanting to be the best, knowing that God didn't create me any better than anybody else, but I want to be better than other people. I want to have more than other people. And so it's a control that I see that Satan really has over me. So I have to be able to let go of it. And the only way I can do that is with my faith and having the truth. The truth is very important to us, of God giving us the way to practice and teaching us how to let go of these things, teaching us that this is Satan's control over us, and teaching us how to hate that part of us that is really against what God has in store for us, and to know that I don't want to be under Satan's control anymore. So I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are going through these same things, and I hope this passage helps you, because it really does help me in thinking about how, I don't want to be a prisoner of Satan anymore, and I want to be free, and understanding the work that God has been doing on us for thousands of years, of teaching us how to break free of Satan's control. And this last final stage of work is to help us to completely break free of Satan. But it says, like God says, it's a life and death battle. It's not something that Satan's going to give up easy, right? Satan's going to say, no, if I'm going to hell, then I'm taking you there with me. So we have to be able to break free of it, to be able to stand on God's side and be able to use wisdom in fighting that off. And our faith has to grow stronger. Our obedience to God has to go stronger, and learning how to fear God and shun evil, and to be able to stand up and do this battle, which is our suffering, is not giving into the flesh and standing up to fight against our fleshly desires. And it's showing Satan that, that we can actually stand witness for God and be able to understand that God controls all things. So I hope you'd like to share on this passage also. I could probably keep sharing on this because there's many environments God has arranged for me to see that I fail. But I'm thankful that I can start seeing the battle that I need to fight. And hopefully I can use God's words and build my faith stronger and my obedience to God a lot stronger to be able to stand up and fight that battle. So this is a really good passage, and that's all I have to share today. So God bless you and have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.